Radio Free America. This is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines,
And welcome everybody to our Daily Gun Show. We come to you live every evening, well, every weeknight at midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific. For about an hour, we talk about guns. Got a couple of people joining us tonight. We got Angelina, one of our co-hosts, jumping in from California. Thanks for joining.
Hello.
We got Dead Horse, a regular guest host from Utah. Thanks for joining.
Howdy.
And Gary, another regular, turning into a regular from Kansas.
Hey, thanks for the invite.
You bet. Thanks for jumping in, people. And it is labeled Dog Ate My Podcast because I got a dog yesterday, and that's why we didn't have a podcast yesterday. Plus, it was the 10th anniversary of Heller, so should have been out. Be respectful for our Second Amendment rights, right? So we'll make up for lost time. We'll have double chat today. We missed Second Amendment Tuesday on the 10th anniversary of Heller, so I feel like I've lost all my Second Amendment credibility here, but we'll salvage what we can tonight, and we'll mix it in with our Wednesday stuff, which is entertainment, so more lighthearted stuff. We do have a couple of topics in here. Let's see if they're even appropriate. But first, I'll say W, and I'll say W again. Then we got a favorite gun and or sports show on TV. So that came in, and that's sort of entertainment based. So we'll do that one today. That will do our first topic. Then. Oh, I think we're doing a good idea, bad idea. We haven't done that in a while. I sent a link out to Bob because of the new dog. So we'll see if he's around, and if he can jump in, we'll do a good idea, bad idea with Bob in it. But otherwise, we'll do it on our own. We'll figure out a way. And it'll be on good idea, bad idea. Should you own a helmet? So owning a helmet, is that a good idea or a bad idea? You can think about that. The rest of the show will be a surprise. We'll dig in before we do. Anything happen yesterday or today in any of those warm-up shows we're talking about?
Not that I saw. There was Dead Horse had a lobby about money saving, and I saw something about a $250 MRO.
Yep, $246 I think or something is what it was. It was cheaper than $250. It was like $246 brand new. And that's just that's all on the show I just had, the show and tell. Me and David just had. Basically some deals that are going on eBay right now, and combining deals and penny pinching, and basically how to get an MRO for $246 brand new right now. So which I have never seen an MRO for that kind of price brand new from a reputable seller that I've personally bought them from, and that I know it's good to go, right? And it's just an unbelievable offer right now. So that's all on my show and tell show, which is on my channel Dead Horse. Over on the YouTubes and on gun channels.
Sweet. Well, I'm definitely gonna check that out because I totally want a $250 MRO.
Oh yeah, and there was also some other red dots like the Sig Romeo 5, which is a really popular red dot right now. You can get that for about $78, $79 shipped, brand new. EOTech XPS2s. The newer style EOTechs, you can get those for like $329, I think, or $319. Like it was either $319 or $329, which is the cheapest I've ever seen those. So when combining the offers I talked about on my show, you can definitely save a lot of money right now, and then maybe even make some people aware about how to just save money all the time, even when these special deals aren't going off with the eBay bucks and how that works.
Well, and then I was reading the chat, but did you also talk about doubling up and getting the PayPal 1% or whatever?
I did. I talked about also doubling up with the PayPal debit business MasterCard, which is basically free to anyone who has a PayPal account. And then if you use that as credit, then you get an extra 1% cash back through PayPal. And sometimes they run special deals like during a weekend where you might get 3 or 5% cash back. And I talked about how to do that, and also talked about the 24/7 gun show and some of the cool stuff that's going on and being posted over there, and how to go to the gear website store and save 8% on all gear website purchases over on eBay at the gear website's eBay store.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal that and post that on our stuff because I never even thought about it that way. But like you were saying, they're the ones who are trying to get you to use eBay, so they're taking that money off of your price, but they're paying me full price. So like you're saying, that little loophole there, the eBay loophole, gets eBay to pay me out of their pocket, and you get their discount. I get that money that comes reimbursed from eBay to make up for it, and then like you say, you use the PayPal, and now PayPal's paying basically the same system. They're paying me now, and they're anti-gun, so it's awesome.
Exactly, and in the end, you're still saving money. So you're helping a pro 2A gun channels out, and you're saving money, and you're sticking it to the man, which is eBay and PayPal. So like it's a win-win-win. Like it's like a 3-win situation. So
Yeah, that's definitely like a gangbang. What about you, G-Webs? What have you been doing today?
I had to take care of this dog, and then also worked on the card. So the page, or what do you call it? The Indiegogo is up for the cards now, and that'll run through July 19th, Samuel Colt's birthday. So yeah, I was putting that up and tweaking the Indiegogo. So it's not like my first time doing those, but anybody that sees any issues or corrections or concerns on it, we appreciate it if you go through and make sure there's nothing confusing or anything in there. And if you would, share it around. That's what the power of the crowdfunding is. A whole bunch of people that just maybe think it's a good idea and drop a buck just to see it happen would be ideal, right? But yeah, we've got the new campaign going, and we'll be doing basically once a day. I'll be going live. We'll do some art for one of the cards, basically set up the cards, record all that, go live, have a conversation. For example, today I was in the lobby and I just asked Dano or whoever was in there who wanted, if they had any ideas, if they had any anybody to start with. So we started with, is it something Hunt? The George or something Hunt, the guy that invented the
Mike?
volcanic? No, the guy that invented the volcanic. And so I did his card, and then, like I say, record all the manufacturing of the card, and then take that video of my screen, fast forward that in a video editor, and then pop that up on GunTube, so that anybody who wants can just watch the cards happen in like 2 minutes, the art. And then in that real hour-long conversation, we talked about the volcanic and all that. So you can go to Mr. Knives Lobby and watch that if you want. But yeah, we're trying to make an interactive thing and get the Second Amendment out there in physical, the hands physically of people, so you can experience, the evolution of firearms and the inventors. Like, for example, that guy today, the guy who created the lever action, basically, for the volcanic, which was Smith & Wesson. So he was involved with Smith & Wesson. They got sick of it because of the anemic round. It was like a 9mm of lever guns. So they dropped it. And that's when shirt manufacturer came along and said, hey, that seems like a good idea. So he picked up the volcanic and took Hunt with him, right? And that became Winchester. And Smith & Wesson went on to continue on with the bullet, because the bullet was the bad part of the volcanic, nothing else. And that's where they created the 22 short, and then the Smith & Wesson Model 1 to put it in. And then Smith & Wesson happened. So we got to talk about all that. But the other cool part about Hunt is that he invented the safety pin and some other contraption, not the curling iron, some other contraption that our grandmas would use. I forget. But so it's kind of neat. So somebody who might not think about it, we were talking about it before, the safety pin, right? So I think Moon was talking about that. The guy who invented the safety pin is the guy that invented the lever action, which is responsible for Winchester and the Indian Wars and basically Browning and machine guns. So thanks to the safety pin, we have all that. And guess what? Safety pins are the safe space, garbage, let's go cry about everything movement, right? So kind of neat. So hopefully all that stuff is part of what we whip up here. And if you want to be involved in that, go check it out on Indiegogo. And like I say, sharing it is the big part. So you never know who out there has a bunch of money and wants to just throw a couple $100 is nothing to some people. And if they want to throw that in there, then that keeps me going for a while. And we can do a bunch of that art, and we can get to a point where we'll get some patches and stickers like usual. Once we hit some stretch goals or whatever, basically if enough money comes in, the cards start to go down in price, and you're still paying the same $25 a deck. It's kind of heavy this time because I got to do it through China. To be able to do less than 1,000 decks, it's not cheap. So I have to stage it so that I don't lose money, because I don't have money to lose on it. And that means as we sell more, there'll be money left over, and that money left over will pay for my time to be able to put together the Second Amendment Advocates deck, which nobody really wants to pay for. And, I wanted to see it exist. So hopefully we'll see enough people support this project to get not only the cards made, but then made here. We have to get 1,000 decks to get them made in the United States. Keep all that money in the United States. That might be a lot to wish for this particular design. It's not necessarily the most popular gun thing, I'm assuming, but we'll see. Helping to share it will help with that, because again, who knows who might think it's clever or put it on the right podcast or the right blog post or the right magazine article, and all I need is 1,000 decks to get them made in the USA. Anyway,
and it's more than just the inventors of those guns. Like, you go into pretty good detail, and I've seen personally how much time you've put into this, and the artwork involved is just incredible. So you're actually going to learn history, right? It's more than just a card deck. You're actually going to come out of it like knowing stuff that you did not know before. Because I sure have, just watching you. I mean, I've sure learned a lot about these guys inventing these sorts of guns.
That's the whole point, yes, to kind of make it a collaborative effort. And I just, wish I had time to go just sit down and research. I had time to accumulate data, but really sitting down and doing this is, doing the artwork at the same time as having like a roundtable discussion about whoever it is, the gun or the inventor or their companies or whatever it is. That'll allow multiple people to be out there searching, and that'll bring us the most relevant stuff to put on the card. So we'll be creating the card as a group in those hangouts. So anybody that wants to join can be part of the creation of it.
Awesome. Well, I mean, I'm totally looking forward to seeing those cards, and I definitely, what?
I'm thinking I should even put a link out there.
I probably put a link somewhere, but I definitely encourage everyone to go to Indiegogo and get in on the deck, because they're actually pretty cool. Like,
they're almost all gone. We've already sold 2, so get in quick.
Get in before you can't get any. And that's a reality, so don't sleep. All right, so with that, we should dive into our next little thing, which is our good idea, bad idea.
No, it isn't. Hold on. The first one is your favorite gun and or sports show. You're just going to do them in any order now?
I'm doing them in any order. All right, well, let's run through. We'll run through favorite gun and or gun sports shows on TV. All right, so let's start with Gary. Gary, favorite gun and or gun sports TV shows on TV?
Gun sports TV shows.
Gun TV show.
It's currently on TV?
It could be whenever.
Sorry, nothing's coming to mind right at the moment.
All right, we'll come back to you. Dead
Okay.
Horse?
Now, favorite gun of like all time or gun that I own?
I think it's like a little bit, okay, a
Must be
show.
the favorite gun show or gun sports show. So like, like a hunting show, I think is what they meant. Or like one of those that used to be on cable on Saturdays. Or like Top Shot.
I never watched any of those type of gun shows, or like those gun type TV shows. Can it be just like a TV show that had guns in it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, The Rifleman, hands down, The Rifleman, Chuck Connors.
All right, cool. Midnight?
Yeah, I used to watch Top Shot a little bit. I think that was pretty cool. But I mean, and we're kind of recently to losing Arlie Ermy, but Mail Call was an awesome show.
Yes, Mail Call.
Mail Call was kick-ass, man.
Definitely. G-Webs?
Well, if it's a gun show and it doesn't have to be stupid gun sports, then of course Modern Marvels.
Oh, also a good one. All right, Gary?
Yeah, good choice on that.
Specifically the January 12th, 2012.
I was gonna say, weren't you didn't they use some of your footage for the Modern Marvels?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
I have 9 seconds on Modern Marvels and credits. It says gun websites in the credits of that episode.
Okay, well, since Midnight brought it up, I do recall watching quite a bit of Mail Call. That was a good show, so that'd be my pick also.
What about Tales of the Gun? That was one of my favorites too. Me and my grandpa used to watch that one all the time. He didn't really hate guns, well, he hated guns. He hated guns around my grandma. He didn't like guns in general, right? So we would watch that, and he would almost like dig the machinery part of it. He was a machinist, so I knew he could dig the machinery part of it. He just couldn't get past the gun part of it. But that show was a bonding thing. I like that show a lot.
There's a show. It's called Modern Weapons too, right?
I haven't seen that one, but I'm guessing that's similar more because, well, Tales of the Gun was mostly about guns, but it was also like boats and other big shit. So that might be something that's more about sidearms, small arms.
Yeah, I think Modern Weapons used to take into account like guns on aircraft carriers and battleships and, you know, more high-tech stuff like, you know, Dylan, the minigun and all that kind of stuff, I think.
All right, well, that's a pretty good list of shows. For mine, I would probably say Mail Call, or I kind of like Top Shot a little bit, but I fucking hated everyone on it. So I'll say Mail Call. So all right, with that, we'll move on to our next segment. But before that, member of the day. Who wants to announce the member of the day? G-Webs, maybe you should do it because
That would be less awkward if we let people know it's Texas Troy today. So Troy, longtime member for the last couple of months. At least he's been active. I don't know how long he's been a member actually, but he's been active quite a bit lately and jumps in the chats and keeps the nighttime stuff lively. Sometimes it can get kind of hit or miss, right? In the evenings, if everybody's out doing stuff, you know, sometimes people have to get back from whatever they're doing or whatnot. So the chats sometimes will kind of have gaps in them, and Troy's one that keeps the conversation going, which I think from just years of watching chats, any chats, that, you know, having somebody in there chatting is what gets the third person in there and then a fourth person, and then it turns into one of the killer chats, right? So you benefit to gun channels.
Yep. Troy, he's all right. He exists. Anyone have anything else nice to say about Troy? Some kind words about Troy?
I heard someone.
Troy,
go ahead,
Troy
sorry.
Cornett?
Yes, that
Troy
Troy.
you're talking about?
That's the Troy.
Yeah, I'm okay with Troy. I've had him on my show a couple times. I like the guy. I
He's
wish
also
he would come more. I wish he would come over more often. I haven't seen him in quite a while.
He's also known as Texas 78 because of his icon.
Yeah, I was just making sure.
Dead horse?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I believe that Troy once had a horse inside of it.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
Now it sounds like the late night chat.
Now it's late night chat.
You're not obligated, but if you would like
If you have any words to say about Troy, this is the time.
Well, I could say something really cool about his icon, but then you all would make fun of me. But I graduated high school in 78, so I think it's kind of cool.
Right on. It's actually a Hick Road sign or something, right?
Yeah, I think he told his story once, but you could ask him again next time you see him in the chat.
Every day we try to feature one of the members over at Gun Channels. We kind of ran out. I think I was listing the people that were in our chat that evening whenever I was making the list. So we're looking for ideas. So if you want to give us an idea, once in a while we'll do like a series for the week and let people try to figure out what the members of the day have in common. Every once in a while we'll feature podcasts, people that are doing podcasts, people that are doing maybe blogs. We haven't done that one in a long time. So if you have any ideas, let us know. Our email is dailygunshow@gmail.com. But we do the show on the daily so that we can do things like that. We can talk about a lot of stuff. That gives us, what, 200 something days or 200 something shows, 200 opportunities to chat about stuff that, isn't invoked by Bloomberg's agendas and shit like that. So let's talk about the people that you enjoy that are creating content from the bottom up, this new media.
All right, so with congratulations again, Troyski. But now, should you buy or own a helmet? Good idea, bad idea?
So
Gary.
Hattie had a good point out there earlier. Which kind of helmet are we talking about? So
I don't know.
I think of for this question in this light, like a military helmet, but there are skateboard helmets or bump helmets that are super effective for holding night vision and lights, and they're way more lightweight and cheaper. So do we want to say any helmet, or do we want to have to specify or something? Usually we don't get into...
I think we should say any helmet.
Okay.
Like, keep it open. So...
I have a hard hat count as a helmet.
Does it? Should it?
Probably about as close as I'd come to one.
What? What happened?
A hard hat.
I think that's a helmet.
Yeah.
It seems like it is, yeah.
It's a good idea if there's overhead danger, sure. It'll save you from pigeons and everything.
Hold on. This is chaos. Left or right, go faster. Angelina, you can't let people just start explaining that fouls the
Oh, okay. Well, I was a little distracted. All right. So, Gary, is it good idea or bad idea?
You just said good. Come on.
All right, good. All right.
Good idea.
I could have Mike Wright hosting the show and I get better results than this.
Jesus. All right, Midnight.
Any kind of safety gear is a good idea in my book.
All right, Dead Horse.
Yes.
G-Webs, because you were rude your last.
Good idea.
All right, so yeah, I think it's a good idea. All right, so we pretty much solved that problem, and everyone should own a helmet.
So that's something that have there been chats and I missed them? Except for Matt once or twice mentioned a helmet, and of course, completely off. It's crazy about his ideas. But has anybody ever done an actual thought out helmet chat?
I don't think so.
Has anyone experienced such a thing? Ghost is out there. I bet
I've never heard one.
I don't Ghost a link. Because I think what Gary brought up there is freaking brilliant. I mean, I carry a hard hat in the van. I never even thought about it. I carried in there and make it look more like a work van. But if you do have to get out and do something, and it's just a chemical spill or a big traffic accident or something, or who knows what, or chaos, then you just have a hard hat on like a construction worker guy. It's just like having a bump helmet. If you put a light on there, nobody's going to care. It'll be easy to put on there, and nobody will give it a second glance. In fact, they probably just think you're running to help somebody, right? It certainly doesn't look aggressive.
That's true. I guess it's incognito.
I've got a fireman helmet I got somewhere along the way, probably at a gun show, and it's like a hard hat, but cooler, and it has a big, whatever that visor thing comes down, the clear part that comes down.
Right.
Of course, you look like a fireman running around.
I mean, that's not a bad thing, I guess, but anyway. All right, so I think good idea.
Well, I'm hoping somebody will do a helmet chat then, because I think there's, like, say, the bump helmets are interesting, skateboard helmets, and again, for just looking not aggressive or looking like, that you don't get looked at twice kind of thing, just having a bicycle helmet that looks stupid with a light on it is super effective, for just the reasons that the operators use bump helmets. So hopefully somebody will have a helmet chat.
Maybe we can.
Worst good idea, bad idea ever. So Bob should have shown up, and it would have at least been exciting. We just all agreed.
One day Bob will come.
Could have saved a lot of time and just called it good idea, and then just said helmets, and then moved along.
All right. Well, let's move along to our gun shop of the day. So take it away.
Today we tried to talk about a gun shop, and today we're rewinding to recycling bracken. So this one is a cool one, and I did a video. I don't think it's up anywhere now, but this was one that we visited in San Antonio. So Troy's probably been there, and Edge took me there, and it's kind of neat. It's kind of down in a hole, yeah. So you come in as here, and then you kind of go down into I don't think it's a quarry. I think it's just a natural depression, and there's all the little bays kind of in this real heavily wooded depression in the ground. So I'm guessing most of the noise goes straight up. So the people around there aren't going to care too bad. And looks like they've been there a while. And I'm not from San Antonio, but I got to assume there's heat down there. And it seems like there's a lot of trees, so that gives you some shade. Seems like a pleasant range, but the only experience I have is checking it out, driving through it. But and it's kind of far away from Edge, so he doesn't shoot there often. But if anybody knows about it, feel free to leave some comments in this video, or hopefully you've got a range out there that's worth chatting about. Take some pictures of it, share it on Facebook, or what did I say, Facebook? Share it on gun channels or Instagram or someplace better than Facebook, and then let us know about it, and we'll be happy to help get the word out about that range. I'm guessing nobody's been to this one.
I have not, but I've been to San Antonio, and they definitely have heat.
Oh, so it says he lives down the road a ways from its cool place to shoot, and they are not range Nazis. So that's cool. Kind of seems like the place wouldn't be there for so long, right? Like that had gone out of business if they were unpleasant, or like there was other options or something. So usually if a place is around for a while, they're probably pretty cool.
I like outdoor ranges. All right, so we did gun shop of the day. We did our good idea, bad idea. Gun history. What do we got for gun history today?
New gun history. Thanks to Dead Horse gave us this one, right? How do I figure out today's? I just scroll down? No, I have to go actually click on that to know what today is and click on it.
You just click on the actual day on the little calendar.
Oh, is this right? Is today the 27th? No.
No, today's the 27th. Well, I guess technically on the East Coast right now it's the 28th, right? Because it's after midnight, but today's the 27th.
Why is it showing the 27th as Friday, though? Oh, I'm on 2005 for some reason.
Well, fail.
All right, so let's get off of 2005 somehow. What else happened today in history is Prince. So Prince decision, one of the sheriffs here in Arizona. Think of his name, and I'm not trying to think of it. Sheriff Mack, and then I think it was Sheriff Mack, and then some guy another sheriff out of Wyoming, I think, said "F you" to the federal government when they put down the stupid Brady law thing that said local law enforcement has to do background checks. And they said, no, we're not doing that. You either pay us or somehow figure out a law that says we have to do what you say. And the federal government put the tail between the legs and said, yeah, you're right. We don't have to do that. And then so that got killed. And then they brought in Nix. But at least I got rid of the stupid Brady waiting thing for everybody. And I can't figure out how to use this calendar. It's like 2005. What am I doing wrong?
It just seems to be going downhill.
Oh yeah, it's over. So we'll wrap it up, I guess. You guys got anything?
No, I don't have anything.
I think they all left. Gary, got anything coming up?
No, I really don't. Just got to go to work tomorrow is all.
Are you in the car?
I am not.
Oh, I feel like I hear a turn signal.
Metronome.
It's not me.
Oh. All right. G-Webs, what about you? Anything going on?
Yeah, just talked about. So check it out. Hopefully more than 2 people grab a deck, and we'll keep working on that. Posting some cartoons of people over on the gun channels once in a while. Trying to keep things fun. So use those cartoons and yeah, have fun.
Dead Horse?
Tomorrow night I have a show and tell. We're going to continue the history of the 5.56 round and have some new show and tell stuff to show off. And that'll be tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Cool. midnight range. I have a question for you before you get into whatever you're going to say.
No. Okay, go ahead.
So I've been thinking about it real hard.
Okay.
And is a hot dog a sandwich or not?
Yeah, it's a goddamn sandwich.
All right. What do you got going on tomorrow?
Don't listen to G-Webs. He don't know.
I don't know.
He's a vegan. Can't trust that guy.
Can't trust a vegan.
That's right. Not a whole lot. I'm going to be trying to do like a reloading sort of chat on Sunday. Focus on that. Try and get some people on the panel that reload, and try and get some people on the panel that may want to reload in the future and have some questions. Just a fun kind of talk about the processes and the tools and maybe some show and tell. And then if you haven't listened to it, 2 weeks ago, we had a really cool chat with Patriot before we knew he was Patriot, being a blind shooter, which was amazing, which is an awesome chat. So if you haven't listened to it, go back and listen to it. It's really cool. And those the winners of that, the guessing game, I guess, we'll be getting some swag from Gear Websites. I got to get the emails out to Patriot. But so check out Gear Websites, buy some swag,
Sweet. All right, so that about does it, right?
It does. So thanks everybody for joining us again, and we'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday, right?
It is Thursday.
So that'll start the day with Early Watch. Then we'll have more than likely Knives will be running a chat. Then what do we got Thursdays nowadays?
Thirsty Thursday.
Hey, what the hell's an MRO? You guys were talking about MROs at the beginning of the show.
The Trigicon optic.
Okay.
The miniature. Yeah.
That's kind of what I guess that's what it was. I wasn't sure though. All right, cool.
You had to have a girl explain it to you.
Girl explained.
Girl
explained. That's okay.
Sarge,
I'll teach you about cooking. You can teach me about guns.
Okay, deal.
So C4 Defense, Sarge starts off the Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Then Yankee does his show. I don't know if we're on. Are we on this week? I don't think we are. I don't know if we are. Anyway, then does anybody know if Jelsman's going to be back this week? I thought I've seen him out there, but I haven't. I don't know if he said he was going to be gone for a couple weeks or what. But,
no idea.
He is on the schedule for his prepping and tactics show tomorrow, which is one I was looking forward to, at 10 p.m. Eastern. Clover does his chat on Thursday evenings with kind of behind the scenes and tech stuff. I asked him today, and he usually does the topics based on news of the day, or not news of the day, but issues of the day based off of some of the other creator groups that he's in where they talk about things. So he kind of echoes the stuff that's been on their minds, like the essence of what they were talking about. So we'll know what that is tomorrow, and then we'll be back here at midnight Eastern. Anybody got a quote for tonight?
I do.
Right on.
Tonight's quote, let's see. I have a very strict gun control policy. If there's a gun around, I want to be in control of it. Clint Eastwood.
The guys and gals of GunWebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching GunWebsites.com. The guys and gals of
Yeah, this is the story of Pakistan. When the dog achieves its tail,